record ko muna. So, yeah, para tayo. So,
Yeah, baka mamalimutan mo.
oh,
Are you using this later on, no? Parang
probably yes. So, probably yes. So,
okay.
gonna be using this in, I think, hooking up
Sige.
this to pre-recorded live video. May software ako ganun
Mm.
kasi. So, and thank you again. Thank you again. Ulitin ko lang. Thank you for your time, bro. And first,
Yes.
ano yung status ngayon ng podcasting at saka bakit kailangan gawin ng as a course creator or entrepreneurs, or first bago tayo pumunta diyan, first I wanna ask you kung paano ka nag-umpisa sa podcasting or paano ka napunta sa niche na to.
Yes, so background lang konti. I was basically a freelance when I first started no I think I started 2011 to 10. Now
2011.
eventually I ended up with this client na VA ako,
Mm.
and back in 2011, 2013 was the time na I started to get into podcasting because I did the editing.
Mm.
So editing of a show. So I'm a frustrated musician then. I play guitars and I was in a band
Wow, wow.
before.
Mm.
But turns out walang pera sa banda unless sikat ka, right?
Of course, of course, of
Uh,
course.
so
May politics
there
din.
was a bridge, no? Parang may connection.
Ah,
My politics and yeah. But there was a connection between the audio because I did like recording. I also enjoy doing music.
mm.
So there was a bridge between audio editing and yung music background ko. So they discovered it. My client discovered it. Okay, sige, why not do the editing?
Mm.
So that was my first. Basically, that was my parang got involved na ako sa podcasting. But I was a listener already
Mm.
back in 2012, 2011, and in fact, I was changed by this podcast now because I was listening
Wow.
to this guy of my life called
Mm.
Brendan Burchard.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I think I
because he
have a
has
book
very
for Brandon.
nice podcast, no na.
Uh, uh.
Brendan Burchard,
Yes, I have a
Motivation
book from him.
Manifesto.
Yeah, the Manifesto.
Yeah, so
The black one.
uh, I was listening. He was one of the first podcasts that I've been listening to. At the lowest
Mm.
point of my
Mm.
life na
Mm.
parang no, I had hope because I was a nurse, hindi ko na parang I let go of nursing,
Wow. Mm.
and it gave me hope na pwede pala. So eventually I did the podcasting, and I think it was lucky lang bro na
Mm.
that podcast that I've been editing back in 2013
Mm.
is the biggest in the real estate industry sa US. Became the
Oh.
biggest,
Mm.
or
Mm.
kasi 30 episodes pa lang sila
Uh,
noon eh. So now it's 300 episodes. So anyhow, so I got into that after 4 years. I thought, why not start my own podcast? So yung almost 2017, we're already planning it with a fellow Toastmaster. So I was a Toastmaster too. A lot of things changed from the 2011. I got into self development. I got
oh, wow.
into
I love
Toastmasters.
self-development.
Uh,
Mamaya may follow-up
and
questions
yeah,
ako about that. I think it's very interesting.
yes, yes. So yun. So we started my podcast ako local na I have actually two now.
Mm.
But the first one was the big picture back in 2017 because I was doing this work for clients abroad,
Oh.
mga US clients and basically every other countries out there. But I
Mm.
thought, why not start my own podcast here in the Philippines? And I found a co-host.
Ah.
We actually because I was not a self-motivator, no, I needed someone to help me book people and ganyan.
Oh.
So
Oh.
yeah, and we ended up starting a podcast. Been interviewed. I think we have 50 episodes now. Like i-release pa yung iba, but yeah.
Ah.
So we're not as consistent as a serious kasi. So here's the thing that we realized after starting a podcast. So podcast is fairly new
Mm.
back then. Definitely back then.
2014.
Not a lot of people. 2017
So,
na
mm.
local sa Philippines.
Oh.
But 2013, 14 sa US, it's really big. Big na yun sa US. In fact, nag-boom yata pag 2017 sa US, and
Oh.
the podcast movement was created.
Mm. Mm.
Ngayon, really big because a lot of people are getting into it. If you haven't heard, si Michelle Obama nagpa-podcast na. There's this Nas Daily started his
Uh,
podcast, I think sponsored by Spotify. So it's getting there. It's getting there. So yeah, in Asia, definitely fairly new. So if you're starting a podcast, if you're
uh,
listening to this or watching this for your audience, it might be a good time to start, especially locally
mm,
in the Philippines.
mm, mm. So, um, actually, to be honest, I'm so addicted to podcasts. So I've subscribed different podcasts like Russell Brunson, Marketing Secret. Like I'm into MLM, so I listened like Eric Worre. I think you know Eric Worre, Jim Rohn,
Yes.
Jack Canfield. So that's a personality big guy. So that's self development gurus. So yeah, I'm so curious. Kasi may nababasa ako na
Jack Canfield.
yes, Jack Canfield. So if you want to be sabi na if you want to be prolific entrepreneurs or if you want to be known sa kung ano man yung ginagawa mo, kung ano man yung market mo, kung ano man yung service mo, you have to be to be there in different platform, different touch point, like social media and maybe sabing iba TV ads, which is very expensive. Yun nga yung podcasting, I never realized na ganun pa siya kalakas mag-attract din ng like ng viewers ng possible prospect or
Yes.
possible market. So I didn't understand actually kung ano yung alam mo na kung ano yung engineers behind that podcasting, because it's like it's just an audio and then user needs to download the podcast, maybe apps or SoundCloud or some other thing. It's like I think it's easier to produce a content sa social media, sa vlogs, um, kaysa podcast, which is in my thinking, in my point of view, why hassle for this podcasting thing. So I just focus on social media blogging. So but then I
Mm-hmm.
realized, but then, not I think a few weeks ago, maraming nagsabi, hey, I think you need to go to podcasting. But wala talaga akong idea kung paano. And then yun nga, nag-research
Yeah.
ako kung sino yung top 5 podcaster sa Pilipinas, and then thankfully I meet you kahit lang sa internet. So
Yeah.
yung follow-up questions ko, bro, is why consider podcasting if you are maybe freelancers? So why would the freelancers invest time, maybe
Mm.
energy and money to go into podcasting, or maybe let's say entrepreneurs, because the entrepreneurs category is like, so nowadays is a general. So if you're freelancers, if you had a business, if you have a service, you someone call it a entrepreneur. So why wouldn't entrepreneurs consider doing the podcasting?
Sige. So there's a lot of benefits of podcasting, no? And if you're into blogging already, I think
Oh,
a lot of people know what blog is,
mm,
and YouTube too, right?
yes.
But if you think about it, yeah. So one of the well, if you think about it, if you compare blog, yung written content,
Mm, mm,
and as to video, ngayon, especially this time and a couple of years already,
mm,
it's talagang may difference yung video, no?
mm, mm.
And if you really ask yourself, what is the difference? Well, there is a lot of difference because there's facial, kita mo siya, kita mo yung emotions, kita mo yung energy,
Tama, tama.
kita mo yung the voice, di ba? Di ba? Ang yung reaction, mga ganyan. And but if you're blog writing,
Ah,
sometimes detached tayo. We don't see it, we skim through it, and if you do video, you have to listen, you have to watch it para
mm,
ma-understand mo talaga yung content. So, podcasting is somewhere in the middle. So, if you think about it, it takes away the hassle of recording a video because most podcasts are audio only.
mm.
So, it takes away the hassle of like having bigger or more planning with the production because you have to go with makeup. Hindi mo pwede namang hindi ka maligo and you go video. I was actually trying to shoot a video earlier then.
Ah,
I might do YouTube then content, di ba? Soon. But nonetheless, yeah, it's different because you have to really prepare. While audio, you can just, you don't know the other person is wearing something or not, but you can go hop on a call with someone, especially if online lang.
Mm-mm.
then you can create content. And
Ah,
at that content, it's different than blog because they hear you, they feel your emotions, your excitement. And usually yun yung nakakapakuha talaga ng mga loyal customers, mga
okay.
fans, mga
Mm.
followers because they just, get to know you. And in fact, here's one example, concrete example that I've experienced because my podcast is in Cebu, by the way. Local
As,
targeted talaga yung podcast ko.
so you are sorry to interrupt, bro. So you are Bisaya,
Uh,
Cebuano. So pareho
Oo,
di ta.
Cebuano.
Pareho di ta. So
Pareho
Cebuano
dito.
tayo.
Taga-asama ka?
Taga-Samar ko, taga-Samar at saka sa
Samar.
Leyte.
Okay.
Oh, so everyone pareho mo pareho mo bisa mga Tagalog mo siguro so liba ko min ako na kamao so liba ko namin kayo so, yan. So
Ako,
sorry.
my last name is Visayas, no?
Bisaya. Oh,
But
yeah,
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 so
yeah. Parang Bisaya. Parang sabi mo, Bisaya siya.
yeah, so
Oo.
Bisayang dako gani.
Oo.
But yeah, nonetheless, when you create content kasi with podcasting,
Mm.
you get to have that parang ma-feel mo talaga yung tao and there's if you like you mentioned earlier yung point of contact.
Oo.
Imagine if you spend like 7 minutes listening kahit mga live videos ganito na
Oo.
right, it's the same thing, right? If you get to listen to that, you get to know the person right after na parang, and my example yung sabi ko kanina, there was this friend of my co-host na meet me in person for the first time. Hindi pa kami kilala, like, but she was like talking to me like we were old friends na, uy Dave, ang ganyan ganyan,
Ah,
musta yung ganyan, like, hindi pa pala tayo nag-meet. So that's the thing, right? So you are able to parang you know the person already as if
mm.
you're already a friend. And if you think about it, if you're selling something and you're like a friend to them, imagine what impact would that be, di ba? Na,
Mm.
and that's the beauty of it. That's why, and the reason, there's this percentage, good percentage of people who listens to podcasts tend to
Ah,
be buyers, are more affluent and loyal customers. If you are, there are listeners for the podcast. It's a different game out
different
there
thing.
for podcasting.
Mm. So some I think for the viewers I just gusto ko lang i-stress out kung ano why would you need podcasting in your business. For me, base sa sinabi ni Dave is I just use different word is yung conversion rate sa from listener to customers is the high
Yeah.
probability. So it's a whole new game, ball game, but the possibility is higher. So again, bro, thank you so much for that. And I have a follow-up question. So I
Sure.
think di mo napapansin na mahihain ako. I'm introvert. Parang and we cannot deny na parang almost not all maybe almost the freelancers or entrepreneurs or virtual assistant is very introvert. So in your opinion, um how would you encourage me or them to do this entirely different strategies, marketing strategies?
Yeah, perfect to sa mga introvert. In fact, I have a friend. No, she has her podcast is called The Tao of Self Confidence for Asian women. So she's very introverted. I think I've met her recently lang on her parang 2 years ago. Uh, Now she's kind of confident already, but when she first started, she was really awkward, I guess. I could still sense it. But she's very calm now. She's very amazing now. It's because, of course, she developed it. But when she first started, talagang introvert. And she just do phone calls
Oh, those.
and all parang scripted mostly. The questions are already listed down. So it is perfect for those introverted actually who doesn't want to go
To
to
have that
YouTube.
scripted So
Yeah.
parang may babasahin ka na ganun. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, you can also do that. And also, if you're, usually introverts go to blog, right? Mga
Uh-huh.
writing.
Mm.
But if you've actually, there's this one of my partners or clients basically mentioned this, no, when we had a call recently, that there are 600 million blogs out there. If you do a Google right now, how many blogs are out there? There
Mm.
are 600 million. YouTube, there are 30 million, over 30 million. But podcasting, they said that it just reached 1 million.
1 million.
Included na yun yung mga graveyard na mga wala na, di na active na podcast. So,
Mm.
this is what I'm trying to say. It's if you want to dominate somewhere, and I know you are very good with this, or I think you're pretty well versed with this, no, na positioning.
Uh-huh.
You have to position yourself and dominate
Ah,
some niche. And so you wanna be known for something. And if you're considering podcasting and wala pang podcast about your topic, guess what? You can be that person to dominate that area. So really interesting and really good times for podcasting right now. It's
so
getting bigger, right?
um, I think that's a good thing. How about let's talk about yourself nung nag-umpisa ka. Are you extrovert or introvert? Are you considering yourself being one? Saan ka?
Yeah, sabi nila there's not no such thing as middle, no. But
Ah,
I realize I'm a kind of like middle. Then I enjoy being with people, but sometimes
ah,
drain din ako. I need to
ah,
seclude for 2 days or one weekend, not to be bothered, then go back. But
mm.
I still have that little bit a bit of both sides. But yeah, I think but definitely when I first started, mahihayin ako. I can't approach anyone.
Oh, really?
And I guess confidence also stems from experience, no, and also getting those mini wins, mga panalong konting panalo, and maybe starting a vlog,
Oh.
starting a podcast, then you get a little bit more confident and more believing in yourself. Then you develop the skills then. So yeah, kailangan natin ng beer
Oh, tayo.
minsan, di ba? Yun.
Um, how about yung bro, may specific format ba? For example, I have this niche. So is there a generalized format for podcasting? As in,
All
wala
right.
talaga po.
Podcast,
So,
yeah.
para
Wala.
wala din. Wala. Aha.
Wala. But here's the thing. If you notice, Gary V. Russell Brunson, you listen to
Oh,
him, right?
Ask Gary Vee.
Russell Brunson records podcast on the car. If you've noticed, on his ride to somewhere,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's his only time to do it.
The name of
Uh,
the name of the podcast is Marketing from the Car.
yeah, something like that. So that's his brand, and he's famous, so he can do it, diba?
Yes,
But
yes.
usually, kasi another factor, not rather than just being famous, then
Mm.
another factor is that his listeners actually wants fast content. Diba? Doesn't usually these are marketers, these are entrepreneurs. They don't want chit chat. They don't want they want get to the point, direct answers, direct tips. Then boom, apply. Diba? Yun yung mga tao na listeners. So I would say it really depends on who your listener is or are. So check them out always. As podcasters, as influencers, we all should always check on the following, the people who are subscribing. So how they are doing and what do they do, diba? What do
Mm.
they want, diba?
Ah,
If they
ah.
want longer content, then why not provide it to them? Kahit gusto mo short, but what they wanted long, diba? Some entrepreneurs go into the storytelling.
Ah, um.
Like ours, we want to be involved with the story of the entrepreneurs we interview. So yun, we're good with 1 hour 40 minutes long podcast, but yeah, we're not the digital marketing na fast
Mm.
easy tips, di ba?
So,
Yun.
between 20 minutes, 30 minutes to 1 hour, saan yung mas maganda? Anong duration na audio yung parang click sa tao kasi 'di ba sometimes busy yung tao. So, I am not understanding sa state or sa psychology ng tao pagdating sa Pilipinas sa listening into audio. So,
Mm.
so far, based on your experience, ano yung really clicks?
Oh, okay. So yun, we don't have enough details with the Philippine market, to be honest.
Okay.
We don't have like enough talaga. But
Mm,
what you can do is to check on them, like what I mentioned earlier, no?
mm.
Na if you have your own group kasi, that
Ah,
should be the one you should follow instead of like the generals,
mm,
because you never know, right? But I do know that if it's entertaining content, mostly Pinoy talaga hit yan. I think one person mentioned Joy Spring. Her podcast is more of the entertainment show. Nothing against that. It's really
ah,
good.
mm.
Mo Twister, di ba? Maraming
Motive.
followers because most of us Filipinos uh, all all like about that. We want to enjoy, we want to relax, and we want, we're happy-go-lucky most of the people. But there are also a certain group of people now, right? Na mga new entrepreneurs, mga bagong tubo na who's really into self-development like you, who needs content like me myself when I first started. I need content about real estate investing
Mm,
na Pinoy. There's no podcast about it right now.
mm.
How about I don't know if insurance may podcast na ba ganyan, 'di ba? I'm
Ah,
just saying the mga ideas, 'di ba? And a lot of people, we get information out in the US but hindi applicable sa
ah,
Philippines. Like wala tayong mga 401k dito. We don't have like this IRA, mga mga like legal
ah,
LLC. We do have our counterpart, but we're not aware of that because no
ah,
one's really talking about it. So
mm.
yun, I think podcasting really is a good way to like revolutionize the thought leadership, the information
Ah,
dissemination with local
mm,
market,
mm.
because we need that. We need that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for that, bro. First, bago yung ating, I have these questions on the top of my mind tala kasi very excited. I'm very excited to have a person like you, especially pareho tayong Bisaya. So, parang comfortable na ako. So, first, I
Sige.
think I want to compliment your background, yung setup ng office mo, napakaganda, ganda ng chair mo. So, uh,
Gaming chair, no?
do you have your own office dyan? Dun sa mismo sa organization mo, sa company mo? So, do you have your own, ano na? I think you quite
Yes, this is
established.
yeah.
Uh,
Oh, so this is our office. Actually, it's just a basement of our house.
uh,
Convert lang.
uh,
So it's a small, humble beginnings pa rin. Ba? It can house about five, 6 people in here. So before quarantine, we have 6 people here
uh,
working as my team.
mm,
But now, all of them are work from home. So ako lang nasa office, kaya kinonvert ko sa parang madaming kulay-kulay dito.
uh,
Mga
ayos,
effects, di ba?
napakaayos. So yeah, speaking of effects, I think the next questions ko probably is ano ba yung tools, ano ba yung equipments na katulad ngayon,
Mm.
ako gamit ko is ito lang, sa'yo parang napaka-high-tech na. Ano yung suggestion mo para sa mga nag-uumpisa or yeah, para sa mga nag-uumpisa, ano yung suggestion mo?
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways you can start podcasting, but the basic tool, because this is voice,
Voice.
mostly. If you're not gonna do video, voice usually ang priority mo. So,
Mhm.
if you are a Mac user, di ba? A lot of Mac user use. Sabi nila na they have a lot of they said that the recent MacBook is good already for recording, di ba? But
Ah,
nonetheless, it's not. But if you're using just any other laptop, just use you
mhm.
can use a microphone. So a microphone would work with you can choose microphones like yung mga bago ngayon, mga
Ah,
USB microphones.
USB microphone.
That would work for you. Yes. So yun lang talaga yung investment mo if you want to really sound better. But in fact, if you just want to start it, what you have in the setup, you could do it as long as you have good content
Mm,
and you make sure naman na hindi naman talaga crappy yung
ah,
sound, 'di ba? Kasi minsan it's all about the internet lang din.
mm,
It's all about just, not speaking clearly.
mm,
So yeah, if I teach that too na hindi dapat na may microphone na maganda. But
Mhm.
in fact, yung sinabi kong microphone is just 4,000, 3,000 pesos if you convert it. So it's pretty good. Pretty good investment.
Microphone. Can you parang enlighten me ano yung microphone na parang yung condenser? Narinig ko yung condenser. Ano yung rule doon sa podcasting mo? So sa setup mo yung condenser na yan. Is it
Yeah,
necessary?
so condenser microphone it is so not necessary.
Not necessary.
Short answer, no.
Mm-mm.
So what is so there's two type. I actually teach this then for those who wants to learn more about it, just
Ah, ah,
connect with me, no. But
mm,
because this would require a lot of time to discuss. But for just to simplify it, there's what we call condenser. This is a condenser microphone. And usually sa studio to ginagamit. But a lot of if you notice yung sa mga podcasters dyan or sa online, they also use this what we call Blue Yeti microphone. It looks nice, parang maganda siya tignan, but
ah,
that's a condenser microphone. And I mentioned no, di ba, kanina?
ah,
Because
ah,
the thing with condenser microphone, it requires my USB type naman, but there's also
ah,
another one where you can connect with the interface na 48 volts. Kailangan siya ng powered, phantom power tawag niyan.
mm,
But the thing with that is because it requires more voltage, it actually enhances the capacity to get sound.
mm,
So typing dyan sa gilid, para matamaan yung table, you're gonna be hearing that. So it's gonna be noisy unless you're gonna do editing after, which I should not. I don't really suggest unless you're really want to have time, give time to it. Kasi editing is another part, di ba? Kailangan mauusi ka ganyan. But if you want to get it right off the bat, why not just start with a dynamic microphone? Yun yung ginagamit natin sa mga
dynamic,
karaoke bar, pare.
dynamic microphone.
Dynamic, live settings, mga yung the usual
Ah,
form natin. And there is a dynamic microphone na USB na. So the nice thing with the dynamic microphone is you can hear you don't really hear the noises that much. So that would be perfect for anyone who doesn't actually live in a studio, no? Like any one of us, bahay lang nagre-record. So yeah, so yun yung there's a lot of dynamic microphones out there. So pick one, no, USB dynamic microphone.
thank you, bro. So, um, another questions, bro. I think this one is a bit special sa akin. I think parang intuition na lang din. So, I once invited hindi naman parang new friends lang din sa Facebook, which is he do podcasting din, and then um, so the only thing is parang so I requested sa kanya na, hey, maybe can we do Facebook live, and then just I'm gonna question just normal, but we do Facebook live. So and then he gave me a different actually requirements, like this one, and you have to pay for the content. So again, that is why I really appreciate, bro. So anong anong atmosphere, should I say, atmosphere ng mentoring sa in terms sa podcasting? I think you mentioned na very new sa podcasting sa Pilipinas, but then may kakilala ko na talagang pinupush or nagme-mentor sila sa podcasting. So what's the difference between you and the other mentors, para lang sa mga live viewers, I think para sa friends ko, if you are considering, because I do believe that there are different mentors na that can help you, to streamline the process of whatever you want to learn. But we need to find a right mentor for you, for me, for us. So for you, anong best qualities ng mentors, really, let's say, not i-generalize na nating mentors, not just podcaster. So anong stand mo doon? What's your thought about that?
Yeah, so I've also been a fan. Marami din ako mentors, no. I've actually started to attend na din mga web seminars, live seminars, and I've met Tony Robbins, mga ganyan. So, what is
Wow.
a mentor? And I've invested in other mentors din, like mga Jesse Itzler, online lang ngayon, but so
Ah,
for me talaga, it's if who you resonate with, the person is, it's not really, if it's mentoring,
mm,
it's not really the like it's really the person that you're buying, diba? You're investing in, because sometimes if you want to find the right mentor, it's all about what have they done, what have they, what is that the path that you want to achieve. Simple lang kasi ako, I'm a very simple, I think simply of things, no, simplify talaga, not make it complicated. Okay, this guy
mm.
is resonates with me.
Yes, I think
Is
that's the
he
right word.
leading me to where I want to become, and that is he doing? Yeah, is he doing? So for my case, so ako passionate lang talaga about podcasting because my business revolves around podcasting, and I
Ah,
don't know if you've
ah,
checked my website, but I do my services are not in the I'm not coaching right now. Recently lang nagko-coach ako ng
ah.
starting a podcast, but usually I give it for free. But yeah, I need to charge because people don't. The thing with that, because if you give it for free, people don't actually take action, and ako,
Yes,
it's
that's true.
waste of my time. It's
Yes,
a waste of their time.
yes,
But
that's
if they invest something, kahit konti lang, that's what I've been telling, no?
ah,
And my audience, by the way, are usually foreign clients, di ba? Foreign people to, mga taga US, mga ganyan. But yeah, I'm opening it to Filipinos na din. So if I did my part, but they were excited, but if there's nothing at stake, nothing, no skin in the game is what they
ah,
call it, wala silang perang pinalabas or
ah.
any commitment, then eventually they will not take action. So
Of course, yes. I believe
that's
so.
the thing. For me, I'm really passionate about podcasting in the Philippines. If you're Filipino, I think your audience are Filipinos naman,
Yes.
di ba?
Mm,
Ben, no? Benji. So yeah, so I believe that podcasting could really help the Philippines in a way of distributing education,
mm,
mga thought leaders, because I personally need more people talking about certain topics, like, yeah, I've mentioned earlier, investing, mga ganyan. So
ah.
yes, I think I'm really passionate about that. I want to see a world na parang madaming Filipino podcasters.
Wow, wow.
But if you're US foreign, of course, yun, doon ako, kasi yun yung target market ko. So, so that's the difference with me, I guess, with other right now locally, or if local yung vendors, I actually doesn't mind that much.
Mm, mm,
That's
mm,
so big here in the Philippines. That's my passion.
mm.
But if you're getting big na naman and you want more time for your business and you don't want to do the editing and the production side, that's my business. That's what I do. So I have a team of producers, mga editors as they call it, or engineers. That's why we call ourselves podcast engineers na nagte-take care sa
Mm.
yun na.
Ah,
So
medyo medyo nawala ka. Mm.
business through podcasting or YouTube or
Ah,
kahit
mm,
vlogs.
ah, mm.
Yun.
So thank you for that. Yeah, yung sinabi mo kanina na kung na-check ko yung website mo, yeah, I did check. Can you give me a little bit informations if you do have a like local program, maybe my I know na lahat ng or almost of your client nasa Pilipinas or your program is based on foreign like US or any other country. So can you tell me more about your local program wherein you mentor someone that is really interested or going into that podcasting. So can you tell me more about your program? So maybe may mga kilala ko or maybe one of my colleagues, one of
Sige.
my connections. So na really wanted
Yes.
to learn from you. Yeah.
Yeah. Sige, sige. Na-cut ka konti doon, but I kind of get the question
Ah,
already. So you were asking what for the local people, ano yung what I'm teaching, 'di ba? So yes, basically just teaching people how to start a podcast kasi may mga technical aspect kasi. So what I do is I teach the whole thing and I put it in a course. I did that already. This is my second run, but I plan to record it na lang, di ba? Para leverage, leverage the videos and
so
just have
it's a
calls
one-to-one
after.
or group
So
coaching.
the flow is parang, what was that? So it's group coaching, and if you wanna go deeper, of course, I can offer one-on-one coaching. We can go deep with your topic and all that. But my general, of course, it's all about just start your podcast. Madami kasing aspect. Like I've mentioned, technical aspect, yung recording. Recording a show online or live or, connecting your microphone, parang ganyan, what apps to use,
Ah,
what is a hosting site, kasi hosting yan, bro. You can there how to para lumabas sa iTunes. So all of those I teach that. The planning I'm really big with that because uh, sabi ko nga I want people to start a podcast not just for the sake of
ah,
starting a podcast and doing it for the wrong reasons. If you're doing it for marketing, I mean it's great for marketing, yes. But
ah,
if you're doing it for money, for ads, definitely the wrong option for you because you won't get anywhere further than after 60, 100 episodes, even 300 episodes for some. So
oh,
it's a long-term branding. You really build who you are. And it doesn't take, it's not about the money. If you're in the money, after a while, it doesn't gain you income. Ditch mo yan, di ba? But if it's all
my,
about your passion of
my
a
passion.
bigger vision, kasi your why, di ba? Yeah, you have to share your passion every single episode. Like me, my vision for the podcast is Filipinos could start a I mean, a business locally. Tao na to, nagsa-start ng business and I want to interview those.
Mm.
In fact, we interview yung mga baguhan pa na business owners
Oh,
because it's not like we can interview Bo Sanchez or sino pa dyan, but, the point is, kasi these people na like if like, for example lang if I get Lucio Tan or sino ba yung napakayaman na like Pacquiao ba ngayon, di ba? If
oh,
I interview them, most of the people who's listening can't relate kasi 1,000 steps, 100,000 steps na ahead. But usually our podcast, we interview yung bago pa lang nag-open sa barbershops nila, bago pa lang nag-open ng restaurant, because those are the people that can relate, that you can relate na, oh, kaya ko yan din ah. Di ba? Like, yun
yes.
lang pala. So I can do it. So that's my passion with and that's really kept us motivated to put that content. So it's for you, for those who want to start a podcast, think about it. It's more parang long-term branding to
Long-term branding.
and I've got, in fact, even ngayon, no, even if I'm not really consistent, which is wrong, by the way. I should teach consistency with releasing your shows. Dapat hindi lang hobby. If you're serious, you have to really
Anong
release.
frequency? Like, every
So sa amin, we do live kasi recording. So we do parang if you are a business owner, we go to your place, your office, then we interview
ah,
you. Mobile yung setup namin. So unique. So parang si Joe Rogan. So we have to bring the people
yeah,
there sa camera. So the thing with that, of course yung pandemic na quarantine, we na halt talaga yung lahat.
ah, ah,
So
ah.
we're slowly transitioning to online. I don't know with my co-host if he's up for it, but yeah, so definitely that's the move ngayon. So yun, we were not consistent for quite a while, and we
Ah,
do it as a hobby naman. We have our own businesses. So yeah, but I plan to really, because I teach podcasting, dapat ako din, I should do the right thing and show people how podcasting is done. So, yun. So don't follow me, but yeah, we do have. I mean, don't follow the inconsistency, but it's all about really putting content out there consistently. Ideally, for yung clients ko, they release every week. every week is a good spot para they look forward to you every Tuesday ba or every Thursday, and you have fresh content, and yun, and you just come up with a smile in their face, no? Every week. Like these marketers na nakikita natin sila Peng Joon. Nasa mukha natin palagi Russell Brunson.
Yes.
Eventually, it's a matter of buying na lang. Yun.
So, yun bro, bago tayo matapos, ma-share lang ako para sa mga viewers din, kasi yung primary reason why na interesado ako sa podcasting kasi I recently created parang as a business owner or as a freelancers, uh, I am thinking like yung continuous leads and branding. So isa sa talaga sa tama na sinabi mo, which is a long term process, which is yung podcasting, but it's a great way to bring your name out there. So mai-share lang ako na script na ano ko, which is yan. So, yung nakikita nyo ngayon, bro, is
Yes.
parang blueprint ng parang kasi I want to visualize how am I getting leads, I'm getting the presence ko sa different channels. So, under marketing, so sinabi ko ito,
Yeah.
I did a Facebook live dito, shinare ko sa kanila para sa mga freelancer na parang na walang nadidifocus pa kung ano yung gagawin nila. So, first, you create your name or your brand or your service and always ask yourself, what ways can I get clients in consistent way, or how could I bring my name, my service to the market? So under marketing, we have like content marketing, number two yung podcasting, YouTube, CEO, Facebook posting, Facebook ads, live. So my question is, bro, I think not so related to podcasting, but recently kasi yung Facebook Live, it's the algorithm of Facebook Live is kind of high at the moment because
Yes.
when you go live, actually it notifies all your friends like, hey, this brand goes live. So what is your take on Facebook Live?
Yeah. If you're into podcasting, kasi ito, like
Really,
I was asked.
is it really like inline or is it count?
Oo naman. Like, sabi ko nga kanina, I was like asking you, would you go live or ano ba?
Uh,
Kasi if you did this live, di ba, it would have been amazing, no? And already record this as a podcast then. So that's what we do. We do lives on our podcast and share it on our groups or page. Then that's already a live aside from your usual live na teaching and doing so yung interview live, so that notifies people already, and after that we edit the show, we put it out there sa mga yung evergreen content as what they call it, na parang nandyan lang siya palagi. So any entry point, could it be episode 15 na sa podcast mo but live yun recently and
uh,
people get to know you, or it could be like oh nga, like episode 1 siya na pumasok,
mhm.
then what is this guy, maybe I check his Facebook, and pag Facebook niya doon na live ka na. So and that's when na entry mo na marami ka ng point of contact sa kanya,
Point of
and
contact.
that's basically how you build trust. That's how you, especially if you're passionate then about what you're saying, diba? Like you, Benji, diba? I can feel na parang you're really into the self-development and learning and taking the time. In fact, uh, this is a Saturday. If you know, if this is, if people hear it, this is a Saturday evening, 10:30 sa kanya, 11 na ngayon, and he's still on a call with me, and I also am taking a call with him at this time.
I
So
really
it goes to show talaga no, na
appreciate it, bro.
we're really passionate about teaching and sharing what we learn to others. So yun, if you can sense that, if people can just experience that, then definitely you're in the right track.
So thank you so much, bro. Thank you, brother. Thank you for your time. And
Yes.
I really appreciate na parang pinaunlakan mo. Kumbaga pinaunlakan mo yung invitations ko. So
No
again,
problem.
kung sa local program mo, bro, if you can leave in details, maybe just PM me para when I go live, I just put this in the footnotes. Tawag nila footnotes sa podcasting.
Sige.
Parang na-adapt ko na.
Show notes or
O,
footnotes.
sure,
Oo.
no. Di ko alam yun, pero ginamit ko lang. Sana, so, probably, yeah, so
Yeah.
ilalagay ko doon. So, para malaman nila na, hey, this is guy is credible. This guy is I think I should go to this guy. So yeah, bro, thank you so much. Thank you. So
Mm.
off the record. So
Sige.
first papatayin ko yung recording. So again, thank you very much everyone, and this is the start of an amazing probably this is the start of my journey in podcasting with the right mentors. uh, in any way, probably you're learning different skills. If you are learning different language, maybe different skills. Yeah, different skills. You need to have a right mentors. So with the right mentors, we can streamline the process.